Only a man will tell Cam the truth. These guys are idiots. He's a victim. Makes him look weak. Nobody wants a transgender quarterback. He behaves like someone who folds at the first sign of resistance. The 2015 NFL MVP Cam Newton and the 2010 national champion Cam Newton, the clean-cut Cams, were resilient warriors who fought through adversity and criticism. They were super Cam. Unfortunately, Newton pivoted to supermodel Cam. He succumbed to the matriarchal culture promoted across social media. Real men, unfortunately, are in short supply. But like a lot of young men, he's been overwhelmed by this highly matriarchal culture that we have adopted across America. They're emasculating everybody. It is most acute among us, black people, where the family structure and father figures have been totally decimated, and everybody, even if you have a father, they've all been influenced by this matriarchal, feminized culture. This obsession with how you look. And don't adopt my personality and become some fat person. But this obsession, this over-the-top obsession with fashion and just hair and all. I want to play, we got the clip, I think, of James Harden walking into an NBA arena, I think last week, and Barkley and Kenny Smith talking about it. And no one, on corporate TV, you can't talk about this stuff. But, Charles will dance around it, but you can't talk about it honestly. And no one wants to sound like an old fuddy-duddy. Everybody wants to sound cool. But these guys are idiots. They've turned themselves into runway models for a few coins and to be cool and to see if they can get on magazine covers. This feminization of men has gone so far, I don't want nothing to do with it. Pro athletes have a lot of leisure time. And so I somewhat get it. They make a bunch of money, they do their little practice, they got a lot of energy. And so they have that much leisure time. I don't have 2 hours to spare. And again, I know I'm an old person, but when I was young, I didn't have 2 hours to spare on getting my hair done. And wasting all the money to maintain that hairstyle. And just even going through the trouble, I can't imagine how, and again, I can only speculate, how uncomfortable it is to sleep with some of these hairstyles these dudes are wearing. I've certainly have been friends and have dated a few women that they had to sleep a certain way because they were afraid of messing up their hair. That I just paid all this money for them, blah, blah, blah. And so they're sleeping halfway up, trying to stay off their hair. And I'm like, what man has time for this and would give away energy for this? It's just baffling, and it's just sad. And I could sit here and be angry at women, but I gotta put it on us, just because the reason why this is going on is because we're not there in the home with clearly defined roles. And so a single mama is going to share what she knows and is going to train her kids to be an asset for her. I gotta go to the beauty shop. Well, if I take my son with me, I don't have to get a babysitter. I don't have to bother my mama or grandmama or cousin or, Lord, pay someone while I'm at the beauty shop. So I might as well get my son in the habit of going to the beauty shop with me. He goes with me when he's 5, 6 years old. And just like any other kid, Mom, I want my hair done. Or blah, blah. And just, it all just builds on top of itself, and you don't even know you're feminizing your son. And he's not going to naturally roll into the role that he's supposed to play in this earth. And it just has so much impact, generational impact, because that boy is going to end up no good for the woman that he connects with. He's going to be a mama's boy. it, this, I hate to make this big of a deal about Cam's hair, but it is this big of a deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal.
Super Cam, who's turned into a supermodel, and he's blaming his hairstyle for keeping him out of the league. It's not the hair, it's the mindset, in my opinion, that the hair indicates that's keeping him out of the league. What do you think about Cam's hairdo and its role in him not being on an NFL roster?
That has nothing to do with it, right? His style of quarterbacking and his overall skill have not evolved. It did not age well.
He's constantly portraying himself in recent years as a victim.
Yeah.
And that victim mentality doesn't play well in the quarterback room. It's a leadership position, and leaders don't see themselves as victims.
He's not. And unfortunately, this is just an opinion. He still sees himself as a frontline starter.
He's just not good enough.
Nope.
That's Jeff Bezos at the Grand Prix. Upside. Upside lets you earn cash back on things you already buy, like gas and groceries. I've been using Upside when I fill up my tank or grab a meal. It's so simple and there's always a way to earn. With my cash back, I'm going to buy a pool table. Download the free Upside app today. On your first tank of gas, use promo code FEARLESS to get an extra 25 cents back on every gallon. Upside. And could we just go to my Twitter feed? There we go. That's the picture. There it is. Jeff Bezos up top, Elon Musk at the bottom. Jeff Bezos looks like he's on a good batch of steroids. Elon Musk looks like a nerd trying to figure out what's going on with race cars. And I'll let you comment on the fake cans and the very plastic woman that Jeff Bezos is with. Who looks best in this picture, Bezos or Musk?
You know, initially I chose Musk because of the fake cans.
That woman is 53. Bezos is, well, I'll have to go check and see how old Jeff Bezos is. There's better 53-year-olds.
Yeah, I would have thought he would have gotten a younger woman too. I was shocked when I saw the picture. I could tell she was older and that she had been in the chair for some Botox and fillers and all kind of plastic.
I'm gonna keep it all the way real here, and I shouldn't, but the old me, the very old me, the years ago, I have those cans that she's wearing. There's better versions that, you know, I've paid for. And if I could pay for better versions of that, Jeff Bezos can pay for better versions of that.
I totally agree.